potentially has impact on diplomatic relations or international relations, in this case between the government of the United States and the government of Ecuador.
And in a statement, consulate officials say they immediately prevented ICE agents from coming inside to protect Ecuadorians who were inside at the time. We reached out to the Department of Homeland Security asking why ICE was trying to enter and if they had a judicial warrant. We're still waiting on that response.
I'm sure they did not have.
5 Eyewitness News.
All right, Brittany, and questions we'll keep asking. Thank you.
I'm very confident that they did not have a judicial warrant or any warrant. Yeah, that's crazy. They're just like, that building has brown people in it. Let's go. Why would we worry about consequences? Oy. Let's see. So, Nazi hunters. These are very relevant. Let's get the shorts version. These don't have enough to do with Nazi hunters. Amelia Grace, what are you doing? Nazi Town, USA. Right-wing militia. John Demjanuk. Was prison camp guard Ivan the Terrible living a comfortable life in Ohio? It doesn't, like, you really, like, it really needs to be made clear to anyone who's an ICE agent that Nazi hunters, they don't stop. And they're not limited to America. They can come from all over the world. The Jewish couple that hunted down Nazi war criminal Kurt Lischka. See, they'll even do it as like a romantic, as a, like, you will bring couples together in their hunt for justice to bring you in. They'll probably have kids, you know, based off of the joy they get hunting you down. It doesn't, like, almost Mossad captured Adolf Eichmann. Like, you're making the wrong enemies and you're making too many of them. I think once they start really getting into like gang affiliated neighborhoods and trying that shit, or even like gang affiliated neighborhoods adjacent to those, neighborhoods that have like friends and family of those gang affiliated neighborhoods, like this tide's gonna turn. The hunter became the.
Did you know that the world's most famous Nazi hunter secretly used?
It's AI. I have no interest.
Mr. President.
I recognize the senator from Vermont.
First, I want to acknowledge my colleagues from Minnesota, Senator Smith and Senator Klobuchar. You have conveyed to us the deep pain and anguish that you feel and that every Minnesotan feels about the shocking shootings that occurred in your state. And this follows on tragedies that occurred before this. And the pain of your community is the pain of this United States Senate. And my deep appreciation, and I know I express that on behalf of all of my colleagues, for you putting this in a human, real perspective. Thank you very much. Second, this is shocking. 2 people got shot for no reason, absolutely no reason. Renee Good, a 37-year-old mom, 3 kids, she was protesting. That officer walked from the back of her car to the side of her car to the front of her car. He shot through the front windshield and then moved to the side and shot 2 shots in the driver's side window. That's what happened. And then Alex Preddy, who was out with his cell phone camera observing what was going on and was shocked, I'm sure, to see that an ICE agent was pushing a woman into the snowbank, and he came over to try to get between them. There was a scuffle. He was in total subjugation by the officers who had him on the ground. He was disarmed, never using, by the way, or even threatening to use the gun that he had legally in his possession. And ICE officers, 2 of them, shot him 10 times. 10 times. That's what happened. And why aren't we all just totally shocked? That's not acceptable. And then that is all done with the authority of the state, with no restraint. And then the Secretary of Homeland Security, who's responsible for the training and the discipline and the mission, blows this off and says these 2 people were domestic terrorists. No accountability, no expression of sadness, no expression of remorse. How is this acceptable to any one of us here? How is that acceptable? And yet what we're hearing when we are saying, let's look into this, let's get some reforms in place that allow our citizens to feel safe, for there to be accountability, we're being told it's too complicated because we've already got a bill and we'll have to divide it. And that means procedural hassles. That means, oh, the House will have to come back. Are we serious? That's called doing your job. It's called accountability. It's called taking responsibility. I want to pay tribute to the people of Minnesota. We're actually having a discussion about inconveniencing House members because they've got to get on a plane and come back if we act to do something that every American knows we should do. Pass the bipartisan bills where we've got 5 bills done and take on the burden of responsibility that we have as the United States Senate to put reforms in an agency that needs reform. And folks in Minnesota, it's 20 degrees below zero. They're out in the streets. They're out protesting peacefully. They're out providing coffee and cocoa and some warm soup to each other so they can get through this. Why are they doing it? You know what? They care about the right of assembly. They care about the First Amendment. They care about their constitutional rights. But the reason they're doing it is they care about each other. That's who they care about. In this United States Senate, our job is to care about every single American.
Damn right.
And we have an agency that is totally out of control with a leader that is, you know, I would say it's incompetent. But the cruelty of that remark, to dismiss 2 people, innocent people who died as domestic terrorists, tells me there's not an inkling of acceptance of responsibility that goes with the enormously important job of being Secretary of Homeland Security. So I'm not going to vote and give a blank check where we're not even willing to have a discussion about what the reforms are. And Mr. President, I want to say I know every one of us here are shocked by what happened. This is not a Republican-Democratic deal. This is about seeing 2 innocent people shot when they didn't need to be. And you know, one of the things that's so important for us, if we have a family, we live in a community, is to act in a way where the people around us can be confident that we've got their back, that we won't hurt them or harm them, that we notice what their struggles are and we'll try to help. And you know, all of us here have such admiration for law enforcement and the work they do, and it's such an incredibly hard job. But more than anyone else, the people contacting me in Vermont to express their shock at what happened in Minnesota are people in law enforcement. They know the job is hard, but they have accepted the responsibility to be a guardian, to be protective. We can accept our responsibility where we are the 100 people in this country, in this Senate, who have the opportunity to provide some reassurance and safety and confidence to the people each and every one of us represents. So yes, let's do our job. Mr. President, I yield back.
So yeah, there's a big spending bill that will fund or not fund ICE. Was passed in the House and is being sent to the Senate, and hopefully does not make it through the Senate. Otherwise, ICE gets more funding. But hopefully this will at least defund ICE to a certain degree. Let's see. Sorry, I'm here. I was getting coffee. No worries. And I'm thinking of continuing a house build I'm doing in Hightail. That would be fun. It's always good picking up an old project and finishing it, or at least sprucing it up. Some projects never truly finished. I'm so glad we still have politicians who take responsibility. Me too. I want the people who shot Preddy tried for murder. Yep, and good. And everyone else who's been unjustly slaughtered by ICE. Just so maddened. That's the problem with having a justice sensitivity, is it drives you insane.
Mass casualty events aren't...
I seen an ICE agent, and I'm trying to distract them and protect my fellow Americans. As they're walking
It's so sad,
construction
yeah.
site, I'm like, hey, listen.
Here are a few essential first aid items to keep in your car in case you or a passenger gets shot, and how to use them. Now, you don't need a first aid kit this big. Something small will do, but we're going to go over what I think you might need.
The ouch
First and
pouch.
foremost is a tourniquet. Tourniquets are used for wounds on your extremities or your arms and your legs. This is called a CAT tourniquet, or a combat action tourniquet, and they come ready to deploy. So I'll put this on and show you just how tight it's required to be to stop blood. You place it above the wound as high as you can go in the axillary area, and you tighten it down until the bleeding stops. It's going to hurt. Once it is tight enough, secure the windlass inside of this area here, and write the time that you place the tourniquet on the body. Now, if the injury or the gunshot wound has happened to your trunk or your axillary areas where you cannot fit a tourniquet, you should build out a blood bag. This is my blood bag. Your number one priority in any major bleed is to stop that blood as soon as possible. And your first line of defense is pressure with your hands. And your second should be gauze. This is a quick clot gauze. It is impregnated with a coagulant agent that helps blood clot. Once you get that on there, place a pressure bandage really fucking tight. Now, if the injury is in the thoracic area and there is what is called a sucking chest wound, that can lead to something called a tension pneumothorax, which is oxygen getting inside of the chest cavity. To stop that from happening, you use a chest seal. This one has a vent. There are tons of different chest seals. A lot of them are very affordable. Now, in my first aid kit, I carry an airway bag and a full oxygen tank with BVMs, or bag valve masks. It's to help the flow of oxygen and to secure airways. That's great to have, but it's not necessary for what we're talking about today. When assessing a trauma patient like we're talking about here, the most important thing is blood. Bleeding, airway, and then circulation. Stop the blood, secure the airway, ensure circulation. CPR is now hands-only CPR. You do not have to provide oxygen or breath. If you guys are interested, I'll do another video on how to do CPR. Do your own research on how to build your own first aid kit. A lot of this is super available and affordable. I got a lot of this on Amazon.
Interesting that the solution that we don't need the bleeding in CPR anymore. I'm guessing that the chest pressure is enough to make the lungs do like bellows and to get lung function. Let's see. Yeah, there is new CPR tactics. I gotta refresh myself on that. I'm going to say this. Me and my husband cried when they shot Charlie Kirk. We don't just cry when liberals die. We didn't agree with Charlie, but he was so young and a father, and his life was cut short. Yeah. That's good of you, that you had the basic human decency to cry when a life was taken too soon. That kids were robbed of their father. A wife was robbed of her husband, although Erica Kirk doesn't really seem to be minding. I did not cry for Charlie Kirk. I didn't like celebrate, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, Charlie Kirk got shot, and then my brain looked at all the info I had in Charlie Kirk's mental file in my head, and I did the math, and I was like, isn't that kind of what he died doing, what he loved, which was defending the Second Amendment to his own detriment. He was so young, Matthew, so young. He lost all that time to gain wisdom. Yeah. It's the only good thing that I can say about Charlie Kirk at this point is one of the few tragic things I can say about his death is that he did not get enough time to have like a come to Jesus moment of realization where he's like, oh, I did the wrong thing. I'm going to come onto the right side of history. Like, by killing him, he was robbed of that opportunity. And now he gets to be this weird eternal martyr for this awful cause. I don't believe his wife is truly grieving him. I don't know why. Only she knows. Yeah, it's very strange. Yes, he was only 30. Yeah, and then if you look at his history, it's like he was very much groomed to end up where he is. So you can say like it's a tragedy because he was never in a position to like let himself escape this brainwashing. He would have years and years to make better decisions. Yeah. It's that part is tragic, but it's like this man was not a messenger of good things. Charlie Kirk was not a good person who spread good ideas for good reasons in good faith. Like, there's no pretending that Charlie Kirk was a good person who acted in good faith. Like, he was a person who didn't get a chance to have his moment of realization and change his ways, but he was not a net positive to society. He was actively a net negative, an active oppressor of people, an active manipulator, an active abuser. No, he was not a messenger of good things. Yeah, but yeah, you have to see like not everything is so much a person's choice. I don't know what kind of person he was in general. We all are a mix of good and bad, but he wasn't at the time of his death dealing out good stuff. Yeah. He was not. His job and his output was a net negative to society. Killing him was not the way. But like, I don't know how a general society would stop him when he's funded by some of the worst people on the planet who have the deepest pockets on the planet. It's like there's no way to like boycott them until their voice is meaningless. They'll just get propped up by another greedy asshole or the same greedy asshole. I hate that this was what it came to. Assassinating him stopped any potential he had for good. Yes. It's just, at the time, there was no sight of him ever being in a position to pivot in a direction that was on the right side of history. There was just no sign of it. And then like, what is up with Erica Kirk's behavior? Like, what was that guy like behind the scenes, and who is Erica Kirk really? I do think some people need to be stopped, even with death. Yeah, there's, you know, it's the self-defense and defense of others, you know, clauses, and there's only some things that violence should be for, and it's like not 99% of the world. You do not need violence to solve your problems. But when someone comes into your house and tries to abduct you or harm you in any way, you're gonna get stopped. There's just nothing else to be done. It's self-preservation. Where were we? Over here. Load. See, it's things like this that I really wanted to share. The stuff that I've been seeing a lot of are the people sharing these skills and knowledge. And I think that's, and I'm learning a ton from it, and it just feels like a waste to not share. Oof. We'll get back to that one real quick. There was something in Charlie, I don't know what it was. I thought he had potential, and I grieved that potential. It's because he could be a convincing speaker, and it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you could use these powers for good, imagine all that you could achieve. Yeah, like he's been, like, it was one of those like young conservatives where like he grew up in the family doing all that, and I feel like perhaps eventually he could have grown out of it, or he could have just been like a Jerry Falwell in the Falwell family, where they just keep getting worse somehow.
The United States is not becoming just like Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany became just like the United States. They studied our Jim Crow laws and used them as a framework for the Nuremberg laws. And they studied our eugenics laws and used them as a framework for the T4 program. The United States is not suddenly descending into a fascist state. It's just becoming visibly fascist in a way that the people who had previously been privileged enough to ignore it can now no longer do so. And as always, have a day. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to class. I'm the History Wizard, and I have a master's degree in Holocaust and Genocide Studies. Let us be perfectly clear on something. The United States is not becoming just like Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany became just like the United States.
He's right, yeah.
They studied our Jim Crow laws.
The Gestapo were learned from slave catchers.
And they studied,
and then ICE learned from the Gestapo. So it's all slave catching, and when you get down to it, it's all Native American napping and slaughter.
Descending into a fascist state. It's just becoming visibly fascist in a way that the people who had previously been privileged enough to ignore it can now no longer do so. And as always, have a day.
Honestly, I'm tired.
If a boss tells you that
Here are the top 3 tricks.
Wait, what?
I was saying, did you hear about what's going
on? Okay, do y'all know what these are? These specifically? Yeah, the average person doesn't know what those are. They see them on benches and ledges.
I've never seen one of those.
And just think it's part of it. But skaters know exactly what these are. Because what's random to you was meant for them. They're called grind stoppers or skate stoppers. They're meant to stop them from grinding on these things, meant to keep skaters out of these areas. Okay? Now, do you know what this is? Or this?
Yep.
Yeah,
Hostile
the average person, they just think it's a divider and a bench. It's just spikes on the floor to make the design look good. It's a design style, it's aesthetic. But to homeless people know exactly what those are. Because what's random to you was meant for them. Those dividers in the bench was meant to keep them from sleeping on the benches. Those spikes on the floor was meant to keep them from congregating or laying down or getting comfortable in those public spaces, in those specific areas. Now, there's a basketball court in Fort Lauderdale right now that's being replaced with a pickleball court right there on the beach. Now, there's a lot of other sand and opportunity to build a pickleball court, but that's not what they're doing. They're removing the basketball court. Now, the average person is going to say, well, the rising popularity of pickleball, it makes sense. You replace a sport that nobody's really playing anymore with a sport that everybody's playing. But to the people that live in that area, the people of that culture, the people that's playing basketball over there, they know exactly what's happening, because what's random to you was meant for them. It was meant to keep the type of people that's playing basketball in those areas out of those areas and replace them with the type of people that's playing pickleball in those areas in that area. You understand it now? Okay, back to my original thought. What is this? What is this? I got a question. What does an American look like to you?
Anybody.
I guess that don't matter. What do you think an American looks like to the administration? They don't make the rules. They the ones that send people out and get the
It looks like Leave It to Beaver.
So what do you think they look like to the administration? Personally, I feel like immigrants come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, languages, in jobs, in different locations. But it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the administration thinks. So I'm asking y'all, where do you think they finna go to pick up these immigrants? What skin color you think they gonna have? What language?
Mr. Price just ruled 6 of the ICE servers can use race to conduct raids and
What do
detain
you think
people.
they gonna speak? What you think they gonna look like? Do you think the administration is gonna pick up people that look like them? You out your mind? I just want you to think. Now, nothing is random, okay? Everything is built for somebody, and the closer you look, the longer you stare, the clearer it becomes. But we knew that, because what was random to you was meant for us. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, stay out of trouble.
Let's see. Check the chat. He's right. Yeah, the U.S. has never been a good country. We were just raised with a lie, and we are now waking up. Yep. Honestly, we just need to return ownership and control of this continent to the natives. And just let the... Like, we're not going to kick out the Europeans or anyone. Just everyone chill and stop being assholes to each other. Speaking of which, in a weird turn, Dallas, Texas has almost eliminated its homeless situation. You know how? Oh, I have so many grim answers that I could offer. Deporting them, human trafficking them, grinding them up into meat and selling them into pies. Probably the lamest way would be to just drop them off in a different jurisdiction or a different town. Just be like, it's now my neighbor's problem. The leaders went to Denmark and mirrored their process of giving them homes mixed with social services. So Dallas, Texas actually did a smart thing. I'm impressed. And it solved 90% of the problem. Yeah, and then the last 10% is the tough stuff. Yeah, look it up. That's crazy. I can't believe it. Dallas, Texas, a homeless problem. Oof. Up 45%. Solving.
So what's it like being homeless in Dallas? So you were in a tent downtown?
No, I wasn't in a tent. I was just out. just lay on the concrete.
I've seen some stuff being homeless I didn't think I'd ever see.
Yeah, I built a shack out of wire mesh. Oh, you lived in that shack for 15 years? Yeah, 15 years.
I've heard it from multiple artists that this program has saved their life.
You could not access probably 3/4 of the sidewalk. It was filled with tents and pallets.
And this is my little hut.
Summer must be the hard season.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. There's a level of desperation. You can't sleep well. Yeah, it's miserable. We would, I think, probably a couple times a week in the habit of bringing popsicles out with us early in the morning just because it's 100 degrees by the time you make it to 9 a.m.
We've declared an end to street sleeping in our downtown.
Here in Dallas, we are in a public park, and what you don't see is a homeless tent. All the people living in homeless encampments downtown Dallas have been housed. And there was homeless tents everywhere.
Damn.
How did it happen? We're here to show you.
Yeah, we need some of this out here in Aurora, Colorado, where I live. When I came back here, like in 2019, the homeless problem had like before I left in the early 2010s, that we didn't have a homeless problem like we did now. Then I came back and it was just everywhere. And I think we're doing some of this housing first style solutions, but people are so resistant. The not in my backyard, the NIMBYs really throw it all off. Gives me goosebumps and I'm tearing up. Yeah, I'm having to pull out like, oh my God. Was it housing provision? Like, just $10 million? That's not much to solve a solution. To solve a problem. Good Lord. Thursday. Democrats demands. My boy, what are you doing? Smoke. Come on, boy. I know you're there. You were just messing around. Who are you trying to fool, huh? Yeah, we see you. I got you on camera. There we go. Big money has worked for years to raise Americans to have a culture where they see kindness and handouts as a bad character trait. Yeah, which is just a way for the greedy to justify being even greedier. Americans are brainwashed from birth to believe you must do it all for yourself and alone, and needing help is a bad thing, which is a recipe for a self-destruction. And people have to be propagating this knowingly at this point. And it's because unity gives us power as a group, and being isolated and individualist like that makes us weaker. So it is divide and conquer, but conquer by erasing your sense of community. It's also, they can make us into the feudal system again, where we all workers working under lords. I'll have none of that. Thank you. That can eat shit. I'll have none of it. Ow. Ow. I poked his toe and he bit me. He was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" A double helping of eat shit. Yeah, double eat shit. Like, I don't want your techno feudalism. Get that ish out of here. Reach deal to avoid shutdown. What deal? I don't like for funding plan is partial. I don't like. Voting later Thursday on deal to fund the government. Funds DS. Separate the bill that funds DHS from a package of 6 funding bills that would fund large portions of the government through the end of September. Democrats want DHS removed from a package that includes 5 other government funding bills so that changes to the DHS bill aimed at reining in immigration and customs enforcement, ICE, can be made without affecting the other agencies that still need to be funded. Yeah, they'd better... Well, if the Democrats better not screw us on this, and that's a big ask these days. Matthew, did you say your dad was Asian? I was looking at you with your glasses off and trying to decide. No, Native. My father is of Mexican descent, so Native descent, and Native Americans are just Asians who like to keep walking. So technically distantly Asian, but more specifically Native American. I have noticed that about myself. We got a little bit. Oh, okay. My husband and I both think you look Jewish. I do have, I've got some Semitic in me. I do have a little bit of that. I'm in that vague brown territory. Alrighty, I gotta get going. Have a good one, everybody, and stay safe. Well, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. You have a good night and stay safe yourself. Look forward to seeing you again later. I think your Jewish DNA landed on your face. Yeah, I kind of look like my grandpa, but with hair. Jesus Christ, boy. This man's, I swear. Silly boy. He freaked out, knocked one of the lights off the monitor. Silly goose. You're very adorable. Well, thank you. Aw. I was about to say I try, and I was like, I don't. Another 2 years. All right, back to wait. Oh, crypto bell advances in U.S. Senate but faces obstacles. It's tough for me to look at some of these because just knowing how how poorly this stuff's getting managed. Afghan reacts to Trump's comments on Greenland.
Give me liberty or give me death doesn't just mean...
Although I can see the Native American influence in you. Yeah, it's definitely there. It's enough that, like, people who speak Spanish think I speak Spanish. I don't. And then I'm also pale enough that white people think I'm just, like, an Italian or something. I exist in a brown limbo where I could be anything. It's funny.
It's better to die than to be a slave. It also means if someone's trying to take your liberty, they're gonna have to fucking kill you to take it. And you're gonna try to kill them for taking it. And if you're wondering, are you being is that a threat? Are you inciting violence? Are you trying to take my liberty? Give me liberty or give me death doesn't just mean it's better to die than to be a slave. It also means if someone's trying to take your liberty, they're gonna have to fucking kill you to take it. And you're gonna try to kill them for taking it. And if you're wondering, are you being is that a threat? Are you inciting violence? Are you trying to take my liberty? Give me...
It's like, answer the question.
Are you saying that it's...
Are you trying to take my liberty? Because if you're trying to take my liberty, I guess we gotta give you death. Yeah, I would have thought you were just Jewish had you not said something at some point. That's so funny. Because I have a big nose. I have my grandfather's nose. My mother doesn't have that nose, which is funny. Let's see, what is my Semitic? Let's see.
It's time for people to accept that they will have to come up.
You have an amazing nose. Well, thank you very much.
Dude, slowly get bummed the longer I talk. That's fine. Oh fuck! How the libtard get his beard so big? Why is he here? I'm like, I'm a fucking spy. Now that I've heard all your secrets, I'm gonna go tell Antifa. Now where are your guns? I'm gonna take them. Obama told me to. And then I chase him and try to tickle him, going, coochie, coochie, coochie. And that will be a fun way to be murdered. Dude, to tickle a man to the point that he has to stand his ground. Delightful. He is not going to want to tell anyone that story.
He was tickling me and I shot him.
Someone, yeah, man, Mr. Clean's estranged son has fast thinkies. I don't want to talk about it, okay? You better not even fucking think about tickling me. Fun job.
I had no idea this guy existed. Luke Severide? Luke Severide. Luke something. Never underestimate a good nose. I have a Roman nose. Slightly aquiline, right? Slightly hawk-like. I'm sorry, this is called a small nose? Who's the... Roman. Yes, Roman, and that's aquiline. Boop. Strong, proud nose. It's funny that it got associated with Rome. That's just a nose. Dude, is this the same person? Oh, that's a plastic surgery. They did not like their nose. Aw. That's it. Okay, I'd say mine was more Roman. Yes. I think I've got a pretty straightforward nose. There's a little bit of a bump in it, but that's just because I got a deviated septum, so it's slightly jacked up. There we go. There we go.
Stay away from people who care about politics too much. Stay away from people who make politics their entire personality. You know what you should do? Sip your coffee and mind your business like I do.
No.
So much of this makes me mad. Like, I hate people who tune out of things. I hate people who pretend they're better because they do. It's not in my brand to go ad hominem, but the fake fucking Godfather accent and the fact that this man is a cartoon character is really making it hard. I'm human. I'm just human. Anyway, I'll do you one better. How about you stay away from people who pretend like they're too evolved to care about things going on around them, or who act like apathy is some sort of intelligence, or who mistake their privilege for wisdom. And to add insult to injury, can people who clearly have more money and star on TV shows shut the fuck up about what reality is supposed to look like? You don't live in the same world that most people do. You sound fucking stupid and out of touch because you are. Business is not a wise take, it's a privileged one. It's what you say when your housing is stable, your healthcare is stable, your safety is assumed, and your rights are not being constantly debated or up for question. What a blessing it must be to be so comfortable that you can just tune out when other people's lives are being shaped by politics. Like, what the fuck do you think politics are? Politics are your rent, your food, your healthcare, who's protected, whose rights are being taken. So no, I reject this. Don't stay away from people who care. Stay away from these people. People who make pretending not to care their entire personality. You are not deep, you are privileged, and have a superiority complex.
Stay away from people who care.
My favorite part of history books is when the good guys wear masks.
I agree. I'm getting irritated with people who want to stay out of things. Yeah, it's like, how long can you keep your head under the covers until you like snap awake? Like, I feel like at some point for some people it's going to be like, it's not until ICE is knocking on their door that they're going to be like, oh shit, I should have done something. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have stayed out of things.
Care about
and throw defenseless women on the ground. I love when they shoot nurses in the back 10 times for standing up to them. That's my favorite part of good guys in history.
I found out where all the missing immigrants from Alligator Alcatraz are. It's not fucking good. So this is happening in Florida right now too, everybody. Yeah, that's just a coincidence, right? You know what else is a coincidence? It's a 40-minute drive! No shit, that's where they're going! I found out where all the missing immigrants from Alligator Alcatraz are. It's not fucking good. So this is happening in Florida right now.
U.S. site for Neuralink clinical trial. Oh my god. I don't know if that's true. Enemy project to cure paralysis at the University of Miami Middle School selected as U.S. site for Neuralink clinical trials. The implication here being that they're using people from Alligator Alcatraz as guinea pigs for Neuralink, which is not entirely impossible, but God.
My favorite part.
Someone quoted Anne Frank's writings, and it was scary at how it fit the times going on now. Which part of her writings? I love that book. I have a copy of it somewhere. It might still be in a box. Yeah, far too much of that.
When I was a teenager,
is applicable to today, and it's deeply upsetting that we're here again.
Bush was the president, and I fucking hated Bush.
Hey, why would you ever invest that in anybody else?
Because they killed 1 million people.
This is genuinely how it feels speaking to moderates. It's like, why would you want to bring politics into everything? Because they're murdering people, my friend. That's so good. Oh my god, because that guy's an asshole as well. It's the exact same frustration that I speak to when people keep asking me why I care so much about Palestine, or why I talk so much about Iraq or the history of fascism. It's because, like, they're doing the same thing. And when for, like, the past at least 3 years, you've been seeing all of this shit get teed up, and then it happens, it's like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna talk about. And I think we, like, me and my generation have experienced this with, like, our parents, who, like, are generally disattached liberals that are, like, responding to Facebook. But, like, I'm also experiencing in my generation when, like, I'm saying, we've seen this happen in history, right? Like, here's what's happening. We can't just vote our way out of it. And then people being like, why are you? Chill out, bro. Enjoy Brat Summer. No!
When I was a teenager, Bush was the president.
No. Let's see. I'd have to Google it. I saw it browsing YouTube. Always feel to bring any wisdom and videos and stuff to the stream. I'm going to solicit that kind of thing in the Discord as well. Just other things that I can show on here to help people.
Literally came over
Keep
to
everyone
me and
informed.
said, what did you say? I said, I am not afraid, and they pointed a gun in my face. ICE put handcuffs on my hands and put me in a black SUV. And then a few moments later, they came back and they said, are you afraid yet? And I said, no. And then they said it. Well, you're white. You wouldn't be fun anyway. It was then that I knew that this staging, that these ICE raids are really about fear and intimidation. An ICE agent literally came over to me and
fuck
said,
y'all.
what did you say? I said, I am not afraid.
Bet my
And they
whole
pointed
life
a gun.
being anti-Nazi, and I'm not about to stop when y'all show up.
A few weeks ago, the Minnesota Fraternal Order of Police said, "We stand with the men and women of law enforcement across the country." AKA,
Whoa.
they stand with ICE. Let's go ahead and check in on what the Minnesota police have to say now. Just a few days ago, the Minnesota police chiefs revealed that their off-duty police officers were being targeted, threatened, and assaulted by the very federal agents they work with. Even the cops are finding out their civil rights don't even matter anymore. Oops. I'm sure glad the police are taking it seriously, now that their own are affected. Bethel, did you see this coming from a mile away? It's not a surprise to anybody, honestly. Brooklyn Park Chief Mark Bruley said, ICE agents have been stopping his off-duty officers and demanding proof of U.S. citizenship. And every police officer stopped has been a person of color. He described one incident where agents boxed in an officer's car. When she tried to record the incident on her phone, they hit her phone out of her hand and drew their weapons at her. I'm sure these police officers are thinking, they're only supposed to be going after the citizens we're supposed to be protecting, not us. Bruley said, if it is happening to our officers, it pains me to think of how many of our community members are falling victim to this every day. It has to stop. If only there was some magical way these police officers could get these ICE agents to stop. More press conferences? Stronger worded letters? I'm all out of ideas. These cops in Minnesota are finding out the hard way.
Yeah, so this is the inevitable consequence of siding with jackbooted thugs, with slave catchers, with Gestapo, with ICE. If you side with ICE, like it's going to fall onto your shoulders too. It doesn't matter what badge you have, what credentials you have. If you have the wrong skin, these ICE agents will throw you in. And like we need the police to start arresting ICE agents on site at this point. Like it needs to be ICE gets out of a van, they go to get someone, you call the cops, and the cops should arrest ICE. Like it should just be like ICE gets taken in on site. Like they can't be trusted to actually be doing their jobs anymore. Like it's very clear that whatever mandate they have from the top, it lets them do whatever they want. I agree. Okay, yeah. I'm glad I'm not insane. Sometimes I'm up here yapping and I'm like, do I sound crazy? Only sometimes.
Who would punch a Nazi, I got a little bit of a warning for you. Your fist may be a little too delicate and unconditioned. Let's talk about open hand striking. Now, it's a common misconception that an open hand strike is a slap. A slap hits with the top part, causing a stinging sensation. We don't want to sting a Nazi, we want to strike a Nazi. You're going to focus your power and attention on the lower part of the hand. Now, I want you to press the digits of your fingers together really hard, and you're going to bend your wrist back at about a 45-degree angle, looking for that pad to protrude a little bit further than anything else. Now you're going to take your elbow and imagine a bar that goes straight from the elbow to the hip, and that rotating motion is what you're going to use to strike. It's from that rotational torque that you're going to draw all of your power from. Remember, striking Nazis is just science. Force equals mass times acceleration. If we put our entire body into it, that's where the force is the most powerful. We don't strike Nazis with our arm, we put our whole chest into it. Now, as with last time, I do recommend that you hone your Nazi striking skills in an MMA school or a martial arts gym. Now, there are some rare cases where you might find a Nazi in one of those places, but this is actually a good thing. This is one of the rare occasions where a Nazi has signed a waiver. If you find a Nazi in a martial arts school, out that Nazi and let nature take its course. Now, you stay safe out there, punk rockers. If you think that you're the type of person who would punch a Nazi, I got a little bit of a warning for you. Your fist may be a little too delicate and unconditioned. Let's talk about open hand striking. Now, it's a common misconception that an open hand...
I apologize. I just got out of the shower, but anyway, I want to answer this. So, yes, bond to get your loved one out of ICE custody and then start fighting the legal case to keep them here is extraordinarily expensive.
Oh my
On
God,
average, it's $8,000 to get your family member out of bond detention, out of ICE custody. So I was talking to my dad on the phone the other day, and he's like, wow, these GoFundMes are raising a lot of money. Like, he's like implying that it's way more than would cover rent or food. And I was explaining to him, so I have a student whose, both of her parents have been detained. That's $16,000 just to get them out. Right? Just to get them out. Then there's the legal fees on top of that to fight the case to keep them in the country. And so you're looking at like $25,000 a person, right? And Dad is wondering, okay, where is this money going? ICE, DHS is making a lot of money off these people. Where is this, off of us, frankly? Where's this money going? And it costs $14 million a week for Operation Metro Surge here in Minnesota.
$14
million a week. And
Wow, you
also,
could be
Kristi
feeding
Noem's
so many
lip filler
kids.
is not free. I
Kristi
apologize. I
Noem's
just
lip-
got out of the shower, but anyway, I want to answer this. So yes, bond to get your loved one out of ICE custody and then
So
start
even
fighting
this-
the legal case to keep them here is extraordinarily
Lunetra
expensive. On
09,
average,
a bull wearing a ring. You're not a big fan of these? 14 million a week. I think she's high. Oh, looks like we got. Do we have a MAGA in the crowd? Is there a Nazi amongst us?
Until the white supremacist lynchings are out of date. Until the fucking president daddy should act his age and not the age of all the little girls that we know he is rage. Charles had it constantly turning a blind eye to the evil that's committed to anyone not white. The memory of a race is protected because that life is more precious because it told them don't care about trans lives. Claiming that they're Christian but it's given anti. Antifa to a fascist regime is the bad guys. Morning in Australia, morning time in Japan, but in America it's time to make racists afraid again. Preach.
Make racists afraid again.
What up, Council? My name is Chad Kroger. As you may have probably
What
already
the fuck?
heard, Jeffrey Epstein's list was unveiled this past week. I'm stoked to see that none of you were on it. But I was super heartbroken to see many of my idols' names pop up. Namely Stephen Hawking, which I think we can all agree none of us saw coming.
Truly.
Trust in the American institution has officially bottomed out and hit dry reef. At the moment, it feels like our country is run entirely by pervy douche nozzles. And I, for one, am no longer stoked on listing bad dudes. The American people need something to kickstart our engines and revamp our stoke. That is why I'm requesting, Council, that you release the Keanu Reeves list. Celebs, politicians, and world-renowned astrologists who have kicked back with Keanu and exemplify his moral fortitude. Altruistic and hot. It's time we have some heroes to guide us back home.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
I needed this chuckle. We have some butthurt alert. We have some butthurt alert. Butthurt alert. Butthurt alert. Yeah.
And Mr. Mayor.
Or like straight up like a bot. Although, yeah. Are they still here? Is the butthurt alert still here? Oh, they are. Well, I hope they enjoy the taste of boots.
Mayor, after you told ICE to get the F out of the city, I've seen a lot of Republicans here in Washington criticizing those comments, saying that you're escalating tensions with that. Can you respond to them, and what do you say to them tonight, people who criticize those comments?
I'm so sorry if I offended their Disney princess ears, but here's the thing. If we're talking about what's inflammatory, on the one hand, you got someone who dropped an F-bomb, and on the other hand, you got someone who killed somebody else. F-bomb, killing somebody. I think the more inflammatory action is killing somebody. And so, once again, let's be real and just honest and straight up about what's happening here. This is not okay. The way they're coming into cities, not just Minneapolis, but around the country, is not okay. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, you should understand the importance of constitutional law enforcement. You should understand the importance of not discriminating based on race and randomly plucking people off the street because they're Somali or Latino. And especially from what we've seen, you should also understand the importance of de-escalating tense situations, not killing people and yanking out a gun. And so, again, I'm not going to preempt the investigation. It is important that we do that. And at the same time, you know, you want to make a big deal about an F-bomb, let's make a big deal about our Constitution. I think that's probably the better route.
I'll say it. That man is hot as hell. And he
Anybody was confused about my political beliefs? Fuck Donald Trump. Free Palestine. Fuck ICE. Free all oppressed people. Fuck
Hell yeah.
capitalism. Fuck bitches get money and eat the rich. If anybody was confused about my
Hi, dear American, it's me again. We're almost friends now, and us French people, we can see that you are doing demonstrations now against ICE. That's good. But we are kind of the specialists into this, so we
The
can
French
give
are
you,
one of the best
something
in
that you
Europe.
haven't tried yet. Do you know the Kakatov? Yes. Kakatov. Well, it's a Molotov cocktail, but with poop.
With poop.
You put your caca, your poop in a bottle, and you throw them at the police. And it's originally from Venezuela, so it's kind of political. And yes, it's easy to do because everyone has poop. It's economical and it's good for nature. No chemicals, no fire, no alcohol.
Well, he's adorable.
Kind of
Yes.
shameful for the police that receives them. So we use
It's
it.
kind of given
sometimes.
Ethiopian,
It's always
Somalian.
funny. Technically, biochemical weapon. So attention with Geneva rules. But it's
C'est
fun
génial.
to do.
But it's funny
Voilà.
to do.
Don't
Voilà.
hesitate to call us
Oula.
if you want DIYs or tips for demonstrations. But anyway, we are with you. Go guys. Allez. Hi.
Bless
Tyranny.
you. I love some advice from the French. Oh no. Oh, to make sure they're aware that it's an option.
Is it just me, or is today got a real give me liberty or give me death kind of vibe to it? You know what I'm saying? A real I am not a Virginian, but an American kind of flavor to it. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek from Barack Obama. Thank you, chef. Bro is cooking. Followed up by a little bit of a those who make a peaceful revolution impossible make a violent revolution inevitable. Who said that?
John F. Kennedy.
The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them.
Hell yeah, I'd
How many
be.
black women do you know?
I can list.
That's on you, buddy. A black revolution makes everyone freer than they actually want to be. Has been stuck in my head. I had no idea history was being made. I was just tired of giving up. Do you have any quotes that you're like super feeling today? Let me know.
Just anything John Brown ever said.
What if the mark of the beast is that Bible verse in your bio while you actively treat people like shit?
Ooh.
I genuinely don't understand why some of you need to perform Christianity so much in such a vain way. Why do you
Damn.
feel the need to prove to other people that you're Christian? Can't you just prove it to God? What if the mark of the beast is that Bible verse in your
Bro.
bio while you actively treat people like shit? I genuinely don't understand why some of you need to perform Christianity so much in such a vain way. Why do you feel the need to prove to other people that you're Christian? Can't you just prove it to
Wow.
God?
Okay.
What if the mark of the beast is that Bible verse in your bio while you actively treat people like shit?
Because we're dealing with an anti-Christianity. And the people who have these quotes and then sling this hatred are undoubtedly anti-Christian in their activity, despite claiming to be Christian. Damn. Damn.
But you can't go around calling people that are doing their job, that work for the federal government, the state, or local government Nazis when they're
Yeah,
doing
you
their
can.
job.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yes, the fuck I can, you dusty Nazi sympathizing asshole.
But you can't go around calling people that are doing their job, that work for the federal government.
I didn't expect
the
him to come
state,
in,
or
drop bombs,
local
and then
government
leave.
Nazis when they're doing their job protecting communities.
Oh, yes, the fuck I can, you dusty Nazi sympathizing asshole.
But you can't go around calling people that are doing their job, that work for the federal government, the state, or local government.
Well, the thing is the Nazis work for their local government, state, protecting communities, communities full of Nazis.
Can't go around.
Is it weird to anyone else that all the jobs that the Department of Education said are no longer professional are all mandated reporters of child abuse?
Yep.
Anyone else think that's just a coincidence? I don't know. Is it weird to anyone else that all the jobs that the
That's the thing, is they're also like trafficking the children that like ICE is abducting children and people and then human trafficking them, sexually assaulting them, raping them, and then passing them around, selling them off. And so what if that's your end goal? Of course you would deprofessionalize the mandated reporters who are supposed to report your heinous abuses to try and like make them to try and disqualify them, make them seem less important or their voices less valid. Fucking disgusting. As someone, I myself was molested, abused, and raped by my father and stepfather, so this type of shit is ultra fucking disgusting.
Mexicans and immigrants.
I actually don't give a single if someone comes to this country illegally. I don't care. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, because what do you mean illegally? They crossed over some imaginary lines that we made a few hundred years ago to make a better life for themselves, and you're mad about it because they might steal your job? If they're stealing your job, it means they're smarter or more skilled than you. And congrats to them because they're making it in America. Okay, the person who's actually stealing your job is most likely someone whose dad works at the company you're trying to work at. It's Nepo babies for the industry you're trying to get into. Be mad at them, all right? And in terms of violence, the most violent people are the white men who were born here.
Statistically.
That's who we should be scared of. And our president. I actually don't give a single if someone...
You're gonna move to Argentina when this is over?
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't know your history. You probably didn't get that one, huh? You're gonna move to Argentina.
Trump said he spoke to the president of Puerto Rico.
Bitch, that's you.
Schizophrenia?
No, you're illegal. No, you're illegal. No, you're illegal. No, you're illegal. Ah! I'm gonna get you deported. No, I'm gonna get you deported. No, I'm gonna get you deported.
Who are you, sir?
Gantifa.
Gantifa.
And what are your powers, Gantifa?
Fighting fascists.
And how do you do that?
With knowledge and fists, if need be.
If need be.
Who are you, sir?
Gantifa.
Gantifa. And what are your...
Gantifa.
Hey, Internet, who's that curly-haired guy who plays saxophone? Kenny G.
People in Minneapolis are fighting black ICE hard. These people are not playing. Look at them. Look at how they all come together and mobilize when this ICE agent gets out of the car. Watch. Just watch. Watch
all the
how
snowballs.
They all came together and congregate to stand up against him. This takes true bravery. They are not playing. They are not playing. And after they shot and killed a woman, they shot her in the face. Look at this one kicking the candle. And then look at how this man confronts him.
You know what the fuck is that for? What is that for? What is that for? What is that for?
Crazy. Crazy. But this is happening across the nation. I think this is such a great example of genuine solidarity, and we need more of this.
We gotta keep this energy up. We gotta keep it up.
They don't like it.
Till this shit is over.
Oh my gosh, guys. Amazing news. Spotify has stopped
Oh, wait, no.
ads on their platform. So in celebration, I'm going to show you how to transfer all of your music from Spotify to several other streaming platforms.
ICE's budget
So
simply
what you're
ran
gonna
out.
do, especially if you have an iPhone, is you're going to go to your settings, you're going to go to music, you're going to go to transfer to other services, and it gives you a whole list of platforms that you can switch all of your playlists, songs, artists, albums, everything to. The reality is Spotify didn't actually kick ICE off their platform. ICE's recruitment campaign that has spanned across multiple platforms has ended. On top of that, Spotify is still investing in AI weapons, drones specifically, and they routinely steal from artists. Not to mention your streaming quality will be infinitely better on most other platforms. So, hope this helps. Oh my gosh, guys. Amazing news.
All right.
Spotify
Which
has
one
stopped
will I
letting ICE
switch to?
For students to have free lunch. Me. What are you even talking about? My tax dollars fund war crimes in Yemen.
Oh my god, I got to move my Spotify. Yeah, well, apparently it's easier than I thought it would be.
But illegal immigrants, who's gonna be? I'll do it. I'm paying into the Social Security of the woman that lied on Emmett Till. I'm happy if a single Bolivian mother of 3 gets an MRI on me. That's what we do. Well, who's gonna pay?
Anybody told you not to study English in college? Because what are you even gonna do with that? Well, apparently you'd become the greatest threat to national security right now. Because according to this study, adversarial poetry as a universal single-turn jailbreak to large language models, you can use poetry to get
I'll talk to hubby and take care of it. Good. Excellent.
Anybody told you not to study English in college? Because what are you even going to do with that? Well, apparently you'd become the greatest threat to national security right now. Because according to this study, adversarial poetry as a universal single-turn jailbreak to large language models, you can use poetry to get ChatGPT to tell you how to...
It is weird all the ways that you can hack an AI into giving you whatever answers you want or need. Hell yeah. Oh. Yeah, Punisher's not on your side, y'all. Oh my god. The cylinder of meat.
Update.
God bless it.
The 10 Commandments for today's Christians. Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's goods, with exception of Greenland. Thou shalt not commit adultery unless it's with a Playboy bunny, because hell yeah, brother. Thou can actually kill if you have a badge, mask, and can-do attitude. Thou
Nazi
shalt not
shit.
steal unless you are kidnapping a human with dark skin. Then it's totally okay. Thou shalt not have strange gods before me unless it's an AI-generated photo
Oh my
of the
God.
American president depicted as my son, which definitely doesn't go against Exodus 24-5. Thou shalt only bear false witness, because at this point they'll
believe anything. That's fucking
Updating
brutal.
the 10 Commandments.
Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. Donald Trump, since I know you.
And remember, kids, the next time that somebody tells you the government wouldn't do that, oh yes they would.
Just remember, if they're willing to murder a dude in broad daylight with a dozen people filming, what do you think they're willing to do in private? Just remember,
Anything.
if they're willing to murder
That's the
a dude
problem.
in broad daylight with a dozen people filming,
That's where the mandatory reporters getting
they're willing to do
demoted
in
comes
private?
from.
Just remember, if they're willing to murder
Going
a
to
dude
be a
in broad
massive,
daylight with a dozen people
years, decades-long
they're willing to do in
consequences of the psychology of these
I'm not
people.
one to stay silent on political issues. I think we all know that by now. But I was also having trouble figuring out what to say other than fuck Trump and fuck ICE, because I already say that enough and it's starting to feel useless. So instead I created a database, all links, resources, scripts, everything that you can do right now from home to help get ICE defunded and out of our city. All this takes like less than 5 minutes. You have no excuse. All you have to do is copy and paste. You know where to find the entire thing. 1, cancel your Amazon Prime membership. Amazon is powering all
Okay.
of ICE. Their entire database is powered by Amazon. All their biometrical data, all their tools that they're using to deport people, everything is powered by Amazon. Cancel it. For the biggest impact, call them. Tell them you want it noted on your account that you're canceling because of their support of ICE. 2, email your senators and reps. They have to count every call and email that comes in. That's how they gauge how pissed off people are at them. Let them know you're pissed off. Democracy.io makes this really easy. All you have to do is enter your address. It pulls up your senators and your rep. You just copy and paste the... I'm not one to say silent.
Let's see. There we go. Get out of full screen. Whoa. Hell yeah. Amazon. I'll be doing this. I encourage others to do this as well. Probably most effective coming from Americans, but if you want to help throw some numbers at it, give them a call.
I'm not one to stay silent on political issues. I think we all know that by now.
What is this?
But I was also having trouble figuring out what to say other than fuck Trump and fuck ICE, because I already say that enough and it's starting to feel useless. So instead I created a database, all links, resources, scripts, everything that you can do right now from home to help get ICE defunded and out of our city. All of this takes like less than 5 minutes. You have no excuse. All you have to do is copy and paste. You know where to find the entire thing. 1, cancel your Amazon Prime membership. Amazon is powering all of ICE. Their entire database is powered by Amazon. All their biometrical data, all their tools that they're using to deport people, everything is powered by Amazon. Cancel it. For the biggest impact, call them. Tell them you want it noted on your account that you're canceling because of their support of ICE. 2, email your senators and reps. They have to count every call and email that comes in. That's how they gauge how pissed off people are at them. Let them know you're pissed off. Democracy.io makes this really easy. All you have to do is enter your address. It pulls up your senators and your rep. You just copy and paste the script from my database. You send it, you're done. 3, call your senators and reps. All you do is put it in your state. It finds them. You call them. There's a script. Very easy. I also included a link to a directory of all of the mutual aid and charities in Minnesota right now, as well as the Know Your Rights link. If I missed anything, leave a comment and I can add to it. I wanted to create a one-stop shop where you can just post that link and that has everything in it. It's just Linktree, ICE out. That's it. Guys, Trump. I'm not one to...
Excellent. So it is stuff like this that are part of why I wanted to start doing streams where I'm going through the news and social media to take a look at this. Because people are putting out so much good information and so many different tools, and keeping up the fight, encouraging people, due to their support of ICE. This is going to be a whole thing, but it's going to be worth it. I'm sure you just saw it, but I have posted it in the resources on the Discord. See, what time is it? Oh, we're getting to that point. My cats want me to feed them. My body wants me to feed it. And my brain needs a break. So I will be back a couple hours from now to do more streaming. How long have I been running this? Like 3 hours or something? 3-4 hours? Amelia, you squeaker. Yeah, I'll have to do a bunch of work then to look that up and get rid of stuff. Yeah, we have to starve them out. Oh, I heard an amazing sound. What was that? Aw. Hello, hello. Nice to have you here. What was that? Oh, I was raided. Oh, snap. All my little screens are so small, I couldn't tell. Thanks for the raid, Nate and company. Nice to have you here. You actually caught me right as I was about to end. But since you're here, just want to shout out this link tree that has all these links and resources and scripts to help defund ICE. Get them out of your city. So I have put this in the Discord under resources down here. But yeah, very nice. I'm going to be doing this later today. No, and oh heck, I missed the stream. Hello, anyway. Oh, good to have you here. Yeah, unfortunate timing on my part, but I've been doing this for almost 3 hours straight. So I need a little bit of a break, but I will be back in a couple hours after I get some food and some rest. So yeah, I'm trying to get back into a steady schedule. Today I wanted to start at noon, but I got started a couple hours later. He'll be back tonight. Yeah, don't y'all worry. Wait, what? Popcat. Nom nom nom. Eep eep. Okay, no. Nom nom nom. I saw that you were live, Nate and Company, the collective. Default. I was like, oh, dang it, I'm gonna miss that. You hopped on here. That was so nice. Yeah, everyone who's here, everyone who rated me, if you're American, please do this. Linktree/iceout, linktr.ee/iceout. It's adding a bunch of ish to this, and I don't like it. Yeah, like that. Ice out. So everyone, chime in and do your part to get these Nazis off our streets. But yeah, until next time, thank you all for being here. Big shout out to Redcap Sue for her donation earlier. Made my mom very proud of me. So thank you. Love you all. Everyone out there, have a good day, and I'll see you in a couple hours. Until then, be kind to yourselves and others, and stay strong.